right, we are back and super excited. We have a special event today, a special episode today, because we've already kicked off our pre-FETC interviews. We've had about 4 so far. We have 4 more next week. We have the following weekend, and then we're going to be live on the show floor in Orlando at FETC 24. And we was talking last night about some of the new things now that we're back in Orlando, because we were in Miami, we were in New Orleans, and we're back in Orlando. I'm super excited. And then we were like, well, why don't we just ask the conference chair what is new this year so we can share with all of you who are coming down to this wonderful event. So I'm so thrilled to welcome in Jen Womble, the FETC conference chair. So Jen, welcome to the Stronger Together podcast.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Matt. I cannot wait to share all the new things happening at FETC this year. And you're exactly right. We are back in Orlando. We are excited. We are like 18 days away from being there. So this year, I'm so glad in that promo reel you had a picture of the mobile app is already live. The planner is already live. People are being intentional about setting their plans. So I'm excited to talk about what they should be adding to their schedule.
Yeah, so speak of the schedule. So it's multiple days, as you see below, 23rd to 26th. And I know Tuesday starts off with some workshop and different things. So talk through a little bit of the schedule. I talked to the presenters about what they're presenting, but share with all of the people coming down what to expect over the 4 days.
Absolutely. So we used to consider the first day, which is Tuesday the 23rd, to be like a pre-conference day. But now there's so much content for every registration type. It is a full day. So there are, on the opening day on Tuesday, there's over 100 workshops to attend if those people have premium passes. If you're a basic registration, we have summits. So we have a special summit for coaches and a special summit for library media specialists. It's in partnership with Future Ready Schools. So you can attend those as part of your package. We also have an executive summit, which is VIP invitations for those people in leadership positions. And we also have 2 cybersecurity trainings, those for people in the field of, IT, and then those that are K-8 and K-12. So cyber.org has a special partnership through the United States Department of Education to train. Their mission is to train everyone in the country on cybersecurity. So we're offering those as part of your basic registration, as well as Mobile Mega Share is that afternoon. And then also Computer Science Fire Hose, which is 12 specific sessions just on computer science. And the list just grows bigger and bigger. And this year we have 2 exciting pre-conference events. The F3 event with EdTech Digest is being held pre-conference.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's also a Microsoft certification for coaching that's being offered through I2E. And that's also pre-conference. So all of those things are happening. A lot of excitement. FETC is the place to be in January, let me tell you.
Yeah, and I think just in that short few minutes, you summed up one of the reasons I'm just so excited every year for it, because so many educators have something to both contribute and to learn because of the different tracks, the different sessions that you have, and I remember the first year that I had went about 6 years ago, and it was really just sessions. And now you have playgrounds, you have showcases, you have all these great things. And it just brings all educators together in one place to focus on education, collaboration, really working with each other to learn with and from so many people from around the globe. And I think you had said at one point 49 states are represented, something like that.
Absolutely, all 50 states. We have speakers. Nice. Speakers are from 49 states, but we have attendees from all 50 states and from, I think it's over 30 countries at this point. So it is definitely the largest, national independent event. And so what we see is that people are coming here looking for connections as well as knowledge. So I think something that we've all taken away from our post-COVID experience is that it's not just the knowledge of how to do things or the technology that's coming, but also that human connection of networking with people, finding out how they're implementing things in their school districts and what's working. So I'm really excited that this year we've been really intentional about designing activities that also network and connect people together. So on Wednesday, which is our big opening day this year, we're having content all morning, sessions and workshops and orientations, like you run the orientation for us. So all 7 tracks. So our tracks are based on the role that you play in your school. So whether you're a district leader, a campus leader, an educator, a media specialist, an IT, or if you're a coach, we have something for all those tracks. And so we try to give an orientation to help you find all the content you're looking for, create a network together before you kick off the conference. And so you have people that you're sitting next to and building relationships with and conversations in the hallway with, throughout the event. But that afternoon, we're doing something very different this year. After our opening keynote, which is super exciting, after our opening keynote, Tucker Bryant this year, we're going to have a solid 3-hour block of just expo hall content. So there's 5 theaters in there. There's an amazing Meet the Author booth where you can meet all the authors of your favorite PD books and talk with them. There's also a Hatto court this year. So for the first time ever, the eSport Hatto has come across
Wow.
from Japan, so people can play and interact with that. But they're going to have solid time in the hall to learn about new products so that as they're going to sessions throughout the event, they'll be able to say, oh, I wanted to learn about this product. Now I can go to this session and use it. So this year I've changed and added something special on the program agenda. This year I've asked all of our speakers to tell me what ed tech are they using in their session. What is, if it's software, hardware, what it is. So now you can see on the program agenda and on the mobile app in each session details what technology they're using. So if that's something in your district or in your classroom, you can go and learn the skills to take back and implement immediately. So I'm trying to be really intentional about showing you what content can relate to what your needs and skill building are. And then also you can then go on the expo floor and meet those people from the company, hear about the updates, hear about how to use it more, and tie it all together. So it's really an effort to help attendees learn more. And because people sometimes go in the exhibit hall and are overwhelmed, we are sold out this year. There's nearly 500 companies. We are doing something fun this year. Several of our featured speakers are going to give expo hall tours. So they're going to share their favorite things. So I asked them, I said, could you pick 10 companies or 10 products that are your favorite, and then walk people around and tell them why and tell them how to talk to the booths and things. So that's something new this year that I'm really excited about. And those will start on Wednesday. They'll also be on Thursday and Friday.
That's super exciting.
A lot of new stuff.
Yeah, and we're going through a lot in a very short period of time. If you want to make sure to check out FETC.org, you'll see a lot more. We're just hitting the highlights today, but there's so much on there, especially the registration link, because there's still time to get registered. Head down to Orlando, not just yourself, bring a team. And I think having that learning together, I think is important. And you shared something that you have takeaways that when you leave Orlando Friday, when you go back to work on Monday, you can put them in place. And I think that's critically important. And, you talked about Tuesday, you talked about Wednesday, and I know Thursday you're excited about the Tucker band, the high school band. Tell us a little about that.
Oh yeah. So actually we do have high schools from Orlando, from Orange County Public Schools. They are going to be playing at all of our keynotes and entertaining us throughout the event, which I love, showcasing the artistic talent in Orlando. A lot of people know some of the famous singers from that area, but there's an amazing amount of talent down there. So we'll be, doing that. But Thursday is going to be really interesting because for the first time ever, included in your basic registration or premium registration, we are offering lunch to everyone. So when you check into the reg desk, you're going to get basically like a $25 gift card for lunch, and you'll be able to go to any of the food vendors throughout the entire facility and get lunch. And the whole goal is that you are then having some time to network with people and eat together and meet people there. So we're really excited to be offering lunch on Thursday. And during that time, we will have some theater presentations. There's other things going on the floor as well. But this is an opportunity for people to sit over, as we know, breaking bread together. You can ask a lot more questions and dig deeper into what's happening in districts. So we wanted to really, thank our attendees for being there, give back to them, and make it easier for them to grab a lunch and sit with a colleague and maybe someone new that you haven't met before. Absolutely. And have some really great conversations.
Yeah, and I think all of this really just flows together from that opening day, going through that Wednesday, opening up the exhibit hall, the keynote on Thursday, the lunch to collaborate, and 2 other things I want you to just dive into a little bit that are new. And again, as I've seen this event evolve, they're so exciting because it's moving to that collaboration. But what are some of the hands-on experiences that you said are new this year?
Absolutely. And so we know from, all the research on implementation of different kinds of technologies that the more exposed you are and the more experience you have trying something yourself, the more likely you are and the more confident you are to integrate it in your classroom. So this year in the North in 222, we have two special events happening on Thursday from 10 to 2. Jamie Donnelly and her incredible team are setting up a huge immersive experience using
Wow.
AR, VR, and LiDAR to create 3D images so that people can have an experience with augmented reality and virtual reality and end with a product that they could go back to their schools and use with their classes. So that's amazing. That same room on Friday is going to be used for a 3D printing immersive experience. So Kevin
Wow.
Renneman and his team are going to be taking you through stations, showing you exactly how to do it, exact what you need to do it, and you'll actually end up with a product at the end. And that we would love for it to be, FETC Disney
Oh, that's
headsets and
fun.
things like that. We were playing with some different things that people can create. Kevin's so creative, but showing people exactly how to do it and having them do the steps. So when you get back to their school districts, they're able to do it. We also have a robotics area that VEX is hosting on the show floor where people can build robotics and play with robotics without the fear of being embarrassed in front of a whole class and learn as they go. We also have an esports arena that CDW is going to have people playing each
That's
other
amazing.
and showing how that's happening throughout the event. So the more experiences that we can provide for people to engage with the technology and understand it more so that they're really implementing it when they get back into the classroom as well.
Yeah, and I think all of that really, if you just hear all the great things that Jen is talking about, it's not like go to a session, sit there and listen. It's really diving into the content, really just getting part of the whole event. It's an experience. And I think that's another thing that I've seen. We're just immersed in this learning. And I have seen in the 6 years I've been going, and I know we've been talking about it a lot, is it's not just the speakers who bring the content and experience, is that everybody there has something to share. And I know that this year there's expanded leadership roundtables, and I know it's something new as well. So share what that is.
Absolutely. And I was listening to you thinking it's really hard to make choices. A
Sure.
lot of times attendees will say, why was this scheduled at the same time? Well, when you have thousands of people, you have to offer a lot of opportunities. So attendees do have to make choices. And that's really why it's best to bring a team because you can go to more things at once. But I will say that's intentional about looking at the mobile app and the planner now, like starting to think about what you're going to see, where you're going to go, what companies you're going to go to. You start doing that now instead of waiting till then, because it can be overwhelming. But the thing that we started a few years ago we went away from a poster method to
Mhm.
a leadership roundtable, and that enabled people to have more intense conversations, understanding different integrations and getting feedback in kind of a small group, 10 to 12, sometimes more if they squeeze in the table, to have these discussions about very specific topics. They got so popular in New Orleans, we outgrew the room. We did not fit in the room anymore. So this year we've actually kind of I called it quarantined off a north end of the hall and said, this is where we're going to host it. So we have, more expanded room and area. And so we have leadership roundtables that occur in this area. There's 12 of them throughout the event, but it's an hour-long dialogue where you are with an expert, you're with a speaker at a table. They are describing and telling you about the projects and implementations in their district, and you have the ability to have more of a conversation. You still have materials that they are sharing, and things like that, but it's not a sit and get lecture. It's a more of
Right.
a conversation. This is highly in demand of our attendees. So those are expanded. And there's a lot of topics. On opening day, we're tackling artificial intelligence. Then we're tackling computer science. We're tackling literacy. We're tackling wellness and recruitment. So all of them are by topic. And so when you walk in there, there'll be 10 tables, all on the same topic, but a very different title for each table. So you can select, here's the table I want to go to and talk with this group about. And then also making some of those richer, deeper connections with the people that you're having that conversation with. What we hope is that those conversations carry on year round to impact student learning, and that community is built, that you are working together year round. And that's why we continue to do webinars year round and have other content year round, but hopefully that year to year, those connections are built to make what's happening in your schools richer.
And I think, again, sounding like a broken record, but I just want to make sure people understand the level of learning that's there. And then the 7 tracks, I think when I started, there was 4, and now we're
Yeah.
6 and then 7. It's so great to bring everybody together, to learn together and leave just feeling so inspired from all the learning, all the people. And every year, new people come. So the last thing I want you to share, because we went through all the great new things from, expo hall, the keynote, to free lunches, the hands-on experiences in the roundtables, and there's so much more. So make sure you head on there, check out the website, follow Jen. She's been posting a lot of things. But for all of the new individuals, educators going for the first time, do you have any recommendations for those?
Absolutely. And I do want to say I was thinking about the tracks and how essential they are to help people navigate the conference. And this year, our special education track has expanded to being assistive technology, because there is so much more technology that's more than just special education in schools now. And I'm really excited. We have a lot of groups who are coming to make special announcements, like the U.S. Department of Education will be making some new guideline announcements at our event about assistive technology. So this is the beginning of the year. It's ripe for change. We have over 60 brand new products coming to market. So I think what's essential for people who are coming for the first time is that we do have a new at FETC session. So we kind of walk you through everything at the event and how to manage your time and how to navigate all of these different things. But I also think, a preliminary look at the schedule before you arrive. Definitely do not miss the keynotes. The first day we have Tucker Bryant, which is going to be incredibly insightful. I cannot wait for his keynote. We also have Dan Fitzpatrick on the second day, and we are also giving away 200 copies of his book at his book signing immediately following, which he is the leading expert on artificial intelligence in education, and cannot wait to see that.
Wow.
And then TechShare Live, which is a fan
Yes.
favorite, is on the last day, and that's going to be our closing ceremony. So from 1 to 2:30 on Friday, it is going to be amazing. Leslie Fisher and Adam Bello and Adam Fall have an incredible program planned. So if I was new, I would say definitely don't miss the keynotes. And don't miss any of the networking opportunities. That opening reception on the first night, it's also open bar. So you can have a drink, meet people. So definitely don't be afraid to enter a room or enter an event. We're all there to learn. As humans, we were designed to learn. That's what makes us excited. It's exciting when you have that knowledge. So don't be afraid to take this first step in a room. Try something out. And if it's not for you, go to a different event. Don't feel like you're wedged into something. Like, I think the reason that I build a schedule with so many choices is if something is not meeting your needs and your professional development goals, go to something else. We encourage that. We want you to be meeting your personal needs. So when you leave, you have an entire bag full of information that you're taking back to your school that you can dig through and share with others.
That is awesome. So, well, Jen, thanks for stopping in. Continue to tune in throughout the next 2 weeks as we continue to talk to speakers and learn about their sessions and more ideas. Check out FETC, as I shared, it's scrolling down the bottom. Check out the website, register, come join us, and really celebrate learning and all that is happening. So, Jen, thank you for all that you do as well to make this a possibility, and each year gets bigger and bigger and more exciting. So I look forward to seeing you on the 23rd.
Yes. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. And definitely tune in to hear all the speakers. I am loving what they're sharing about their content. And that's another great way to help people make good choices about what to attend on site. So thank you for all you're doing to support those speakers and get the word out about this amazing content that we have. We can't wait to see everyone in Orlando. Thank you.
Wonderful. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.